Hi, Geraint here. Today I want to talk about the energy of trauma, how to work with it, how to relate with it more deeply, more lovingly, how to bring your light of understanding into a situation that can be quite traumatic for you, particularly this time of year where we're coming to the end of the year. It's the holiday season. It can bring up a lot of different emotions for many people. It also can bring on a lot of pressures to have certain things done, deadlines, to be a certain way. It can bring in a spike of domestic violence. People get very scared, or can do at this time of year. It can bring on a lot of suicidal thoughts for a lot of people. It can spike in feelings of anxiety and depression. It's a very potent time. The energies really speed up. So you'll notice a lot more people out there, whether it's on the roads, driving, or in shopping malls, shopping centres, this kind of panic. The energy of trauma is a built up of energy of fear, of doubt, of worry, of judgment. What ifs? Should I do this? Should I do that? It brings in a tremendous amount of pressure on, who to spend the time with, how much money to spend if you've got the money. It can bring in a lot of shame, a lot of guilt of where you're at towards the end of the year. You might have thought you would be placed in a very different space within yourself, your thoughts, where you actually live, the whole lot. It's a very potent time. It's the one time out of every other time in the year to really practice slowing down, breathing in and breathing out deeply. As much as you can, releasing all the obligations that might be there in and around you. Being with your intuition to the max, really trusting and giving yourself the space to trust what feels right to do this time round. I know it's difficult to go into when you're in a high-powered job and there's deadlines. This is the time to trust how you move through that, how you want to move through that. Give yourself space as much as possible so the pressure is off as much as possible. Because what the energy of trauma looks for, and I know it might sound odd, but in my decades of practice shamanically and working with dark entities, attachments, forces of pure darkness that don't want people to thrive, don't want people to remember who they really are. They look for these gaps in people's energy to just walk in, come in, and utilize the person. This is what creates tremendous amount of disturbance in people's energy fields, in their mindset. It's where people literally lose their mind, go into possible psychosis. And I'm not generalizing, saying everyone goes through that. It's more the relationship to the shadow, the darkness, the fear. And when you're not taking care of yourself and not owning where you're at in your thoughts and in your emotions, that energy builds up and it creates more and more of a gap for this other energy to walk in and go, great, we've got a hold of you and we're going to tell you what to do and how to think. I've seen it many, many times over the years. I've worked with many people in psychosis, mental health issues, schizophrenia, addictions, the whole lot. And this is where that energy walks in and goes, you don't know you don't know your own mind, will take over. And it's very serious and it has devastating effects on people. The that's why I want to bring it in today. That's why I want to talk about it. So you don't leave yourself that open. Because generally, over the decades I've been in this work, what I've noticed is that people are of the light. Their spirit is of the light. So no one actually, as a human being with the remembrance of the light, chooses to do anything really horrible, disgusting, revolting, traumatic. Because we actually don't come from that. That's not us. So what you're dealing with is a force that chooses to do that. And it's not to spook you, it's just to inform you, so you are more clear about how you hold your energy. I know it's kind of right out there, but the more you understand that this is around, the more, you know, you actually don't get taken over by these energies. It's not possible. Your energy is clear. You're of the light. Because this darkness looks for people. They look for the gap. If you're dealing with that, definitely, like I always say, go to the practitioners, go to the professionals, go to the therapists, the psychologists, the psychiatrists, the body workers. Go to the people who know how to work with these energies, how to support you staying clear. It's really difficult to do this on your own. It's impossible. So when you come from dealing with a lot of trauma, the best way for you to go forward is to forgive yourself for literally being open to it. And the thing is that all of us as a human being walks into trauma as soon as we land. It's traumatic to be here. It's beautiful to be here on this earth. It's also traumatic. So it doesn't matter what level of trauma you've gone through, whether it's physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, you know, no story is greater than the other. Trauma is trauma. And basically what you're being asked to do is let that energy know it's been seen and it can't do its negativity anymore. It doesn't have a grip or a hold over you anymore. You see it and you flood it with light and you hold yourself strong. You then don't put yourself in situations with negative people, with people who are rightfully being toxic because they're not taking care of themselves energetically. This is the one time to be really vigilant about how you spend your time in your body, in your thoughts, in your energy. I'll actually do some more videos and show you some actual practical exercises to do to counteract this energy coming in, which work wonders. I used to do it many years ago and it's brilliant. Because I'll do some more videos about this because this just feels like a really important discussion to have. So you walk into more of a celebration of the end of the year, instead of feeling all this kind of heaviness that can be around at this time as well. So remember to breathe in, breathe out. And Spirit's with you, Spirit's got you. So I'll do another video on this as well.